Hey everybody, welcome into what's unfortunately the final version of Bryce's bye week buys because, of course, here in week 12 is the last week that we have bye weeks. Fret not, because I have some bold takes to give you this time around. But as always, we're going to start with the 4 teams that are on bye this week, and there's some firepower this time. Kansas City Chiefs, Los Angeles Chargers, Minnesota Vikings, Arizona Cardinals. There are top 5 guys at every position on all of these teams. If you count Austin Eckler as previously in what he's done as a top 5 running back in PPR. But we have a lot of places to fill. Dalvin Cook, Patrick Mahomes, Tyler Lockett, Tyreek Hill, Kyler Murray, David Johnson. Woohoo, he's been great this year. Oh, God, don't tell me about that. But a lot of places to go, and we'll start here at the quarterback position. We're going to go down to Cleveland, Ohio. I don't think I ever thought I was going to say this after about week 4, but I'm recommending you pick up Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield has put up 20-plus points in each of the last 3 weeks, and he has the enviable matchup against the lowly Miami Dolphins. Yes, the Dolphins have been better of late, but that's been the offense and not the defense. Defense is still brutal. They're at home. Odell Beckham's going to have a big week. I need him to get to playoffs. But Baker Mayfield has looked good recently. I expect that to continue, and he's only owned in 45.3% of leagues. And as always, everyone I'm going to detail is owned in 50% or less in ESPN leagues, so they should be readily available. Baker Mayfield's the first one. Running back now. We're getting a guy back from injury, and that's going to be Darius Geis. Darius Geis was eased into his week last week, 8 touches, took a 45-yard reception to the house, looked really good on his minimal touches, playing a terrible Detroit Lion defense. I like him a lot. I think they're going to involve him more in the offense. Darius Geis could have a big day, and he's available everywhere because he's been out for so long. On the flip side, though, I also like Bo Scarborough. Bo Scarborough, of course, has a good matchup against the Washington Redskins. And last week came out of nowhere. No one thought he was going to get the touches, but he seems to be the lead back top dog with Kerryon Johnson out. We thought that about Ty Johnson. We thought that about J.D. McKissick. So who's to say anymore, but Bo Scarborough looked pretty good. I'd trust him. Darius Geis 1, Bo Scarborough 2. Moving into wide receiver. Probably my favorite guy right now. I'm starting him in a flex spot. Deebo Samuel. With George Kittle out with Emmanuel Sanders a little bit banged up, he's been fantastic. 2 straight games with 20 or more fantasy points. He's got Green Bay, which is an okay matchup. He'll be pretty good, though. I do like what Deebo Samuel brings to the table, especially in prime time against the Green Bay Packers. Other than that, I do like James Washington as a streaming option. Juju's most likely going to be out, as is James Conner. So James Washington is the number 1 target if Deontay Johnson's out as well. And then for those of you in deeper leagues, like Mike Vetter likes to say, as we love our deep leagues, Chris Conley is going up against the Tennessee Titans. He looks better with Nick Foles. He's an interesting choice you can play to flex spot if you need him, or if you need him to fill a wide receiver 2 spot if you have enough guys on bye, like Tyreek Hill and Stephon Diggs. Lastly, we're going to move into tight end. Kind of the guy that's come out of nowhere. We all thought it was going to be Chris Herndon for the Jets, but it's been Ryan Griffin. Who exactly? Ryan Griffin. He put up 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Last week, he destroyed me in fantasy. Bad week to play against him. That's going to continue against the Oakland Raiders. Jacob Hollister is a little more under the radar. He's going up against the Philadelphia Eagles. They're obviously a little bit worse against the receivers and the tight ends, but he could get his due. He puts up touchdowns when he's in. Lastly, and for the final time here, our DST of the week, and that's going to be the Cleveland Browns against the Miami Dolphins. They've looked better, but it's still the Dolphins, and there's still Denzel Ward, Joe Schobert. They played very well against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So the Browns are my pick at defense. If you need one other than that, look for the Oakland Raiders going up against the New York Jets and Sam Darnold, who's, as I've said before, turnover happy. That's it. I really enjoyed doing the bye week buys. I hope they've helped you. And as always, if you like them, dislike them, and want me to give you more advice as we go into the playoffs, just for waiver ads, give me a shout.